Hello, and welcome to another game review. Thinking about my last video, possibly won't be cutting two together, because when I waffle on about a game, I really waffle on about it. Okay, so I'm mainly starting up with games I play, really, because I know what they're like, don't I? So, quite a good one that people have been walkthroughing a lot lately. I've seen quite a few different walkthroughs of it on YouTube, and I've been thinking of doing one myself, but I haven't really got the same resources as them. But it's Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. Now, just the whole Command and Conquer, the minute you say Command and Conquer, you know it's, if you played one, or your mates have played one, you know that that's just a brilliant series. Whether you're in the Tiberian set or the Red Alert set, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're all good. I think at the first decade type pack, I've played Command and Conquer, got a signature one, Tiberian Dawn. I played Tiberian Sun. I've got Generals, but I haven't played it yet. I've got Red Alert, and I've played that, and I played Red Alert 2. So that's 5 out of the 12, I think, including expansion packs and things. I've seen Yuri's Revenge. I've seen elements of Firestorm. I think I've seen a little bit of the expansion pack to, I don't know which one it is, but it's called Counter Strike or something. Tiberian Dawn, I think. But Counter Strike, I think I've seen videos of that. But yeah, but out of the 5 I've played, they're all that fucking brilliant. They've got such unique units and things and upgrades from previous games. Like if you play Red Alert 2, you've got upgrades from Red Alert 1. And you know, just that whole thing. So going back to the actual game I'm actually going to be talking about, Red Alert 2 itself. Now, Red Alert 2 continues along from Red Alert 1's... Well, no, it actually doesn't, no. No, it doesn't. Well, actually, yeah, it sort of does. Because in Red Alert 1, Einstein goes back in time and kills Hitler before he even becomes the leader of the Third Reich and whatever. Which allows the Russians, under the head of Joseph Stalin, don't ask, to become the superpower that tries to take over the world like Hitler did. So it really didn't prevent World War II like he was trying to. It sort of allowed someone else to start it instead. What Red Alert 2 starts after that, several years after that, I think, when obviously the Soviets have lost, and the American president, I don't know his name. Oh my fucking god! I play it that much, I don't even know his name. But the American president puts this puppet master as the leader of Russia, who actually secretly builds up a bunch of soldiers and stuff and starts to attack America. And that's how the game starts, with the Russians attacking yet again across all fronts of America with fucking airships and tanks and boats and soldiers and dogs and these little things called terror drones, and all different weapons and things inside. I don't want to spoil too much of it. And you get to play as both sides again, like you do in every Command & Conquer game except Renegade. But Renegade's the first person shooter. That's one I've also got as 6. Sorry, missed that one. And I've played that one and nearly completed it. I digress. But apart from Renegade, you get to play as both sides. And in Red Alert 2, it continues along from the first one, where you can have the Allies and the Soviets. Now obviously, it's not like the original games, because the original games were looked at straight down, with the buildings set like boxes, like that. But Red Alert 2, like Tiberian Sun, is from an isometric view, which is diagonally, which gives it a sort of three-dimensional look. You can see cliffs a bit better and stuff like that. And you can actually see this one side of the buildings rather than just looking at the top and the front, which was boring. But it was. And, obviously got updated buildings and vehicles and soldiers and stuff. And the whole graphic system is a hell of a lot better, obviously. And and the player doing really not much replayability. I mean, you can only, once you've completed it, you can go for it again if you want and try and complete it a different way, kill more people or try and complete the missions quicker. And that's the other factor, the missions in this one have actually got like a part-time, like a time that's set that like you really should complete it before. I mean, some of them you have to go near enough on the part-time, like just set for certain enemies that you have to kill to appear at a certain time. But that gives an extra little push, to try and do the game again, which gives you a bit more replayability. Plus you've got both sides, which is also like a completely different aspect of the game. Then you've got this massive multiplayer part, and whether you want to just play a skirmish against a bunch of computers or go online with fucking eight including so 7 other, you can have up to 7 other people against you. And you just basically, you can set the tech levels and everything, so you can fight with just like basic infantry, and just have at it basically. And so it gives you a lot of replayability, and there's quite a lot of maps, and I think there's a map creation tool. There was one that came with Red Alert 1 to create maps. I don't know if you actually get the map creation tool with Red Alert 2 or not, but there is one that I downloaded called Final Alert, I think it's called, and that will actually do maps for Red Alert 2 and Tiberian Sun, so I use that to make my own maps and stuff, I think, and I've got a couple, and so that gives you a bit more replayability as well. So jumping to the ratings thing here, I've got a couple of minutes left. Graphics, it's a big improvement on the older games, but compared to the newer Command & Conquer games, they're a bit shit, obviously. But I'm marking it for its time. For the time it came out, which was quite a few years ago, actually, the graphics are near enough top notch. It's definitely a 4 or 5 out of 5. Sound effects are just quite basic, really, just like gunshot sounds, explosions and stuff. But to keep them throughout the whole sort of series, so that's quite a trademark of the games. So they're actually quite good considering. The soundtrack, obviously done by Mr. Frank Klepacki. He's quite a good musician, and I don't know where he comes up with all these different tunes. And sometimes he writes in bits from other, like older tunes from the older games. That's quite good. And so the music's just like top. That's for 5. So for sound effects and music, that's a 5. I mean, go on. You listen to Hell March 2 when you're fucking when you're forcing your tanks into the enemy base to destroy it. It's just brilliant. Obviously, replayability is a 4. I would say 5, but there's only a certain amount of replayability. But you've got your massive multiplayer bits as well, so that pushes it up slightly. But it's still more towards a 4 rather than a 5. Can't give it top mark for everything. Controls is what I missed out of Metroid. Controls, the way to control the game. It's quite easy to control the game, so that's definitely that's a 5. Yeah, because you can tweak the controls to do whatever you want. Once you get the hang of left clicking, right clicking, scrolling around with a keyboard and shit, then it's perfectly fine. And that's exactly how you use it anyway. And so overall, it's got a 5 out of 5. Yeah, so it's obviously quite a good game. So if you haven't got it, but you've seen it in a shop, go out and buy it. And then once you've played that, you'll be itching to see the rest of the Command & Conquer series, which are still producing games to this day. And well, that depends when you watch this, but this day that I actually recorded it, they are still producing games. They've brought out Command & Conquer 4 now, I think, and Red Alert 4 is possibly on its way out soon. Well, apparently they're not going to make too many more after that, so I don't know. I'm still looking out to buy Reborn when it eventually turns out. Be another FPS. But the whole series is brilliant, so once you get one, you'll get the rest. And so thank you for watching. And I'll see you in another game review.